circle line boats around the plane at this time. After you do the jumping line on the circle line boats, and anything else to answer.
I got up in the morning, came to work. It was kind of like any other day.
I was in Brooklyn making some changes to one of our vehicles.
Day started off pretty much normal as any other day.
I got to stop at Starbucks. It's, you know, it's a must.
The first thing we saw when we got there was I saw the plane about midway between New York and New Jersey in the Hudson, and then we kind of just went into focused mode. As we were moving out to the end of the pier, we noticed one of the Circle Line boats. At that point, I asked them if they were going out to the crash site. They said yes, and we boarded the Circle Line.
Once we got close enough and the boat came to a stop, myself and Jimmy Coll jumped off the bow of the Circle Line into the water.
Detective McKenna entered the front of the plane, and he began to do a search.
To my left, I had the cockpit was wide open, so I maneuvered in there very quickly just to make sure everyone was out of the cockpit. Then I came back and I saw my partner Jimmy Coll had swam in through the over the wing, the entry over the wing, and I yelled down to him. I says, I'm going to start coming down the fuselage, see if we have anybody in any of the aisles.
Our main objective, and we were fairly focused on just getting into the plane and trying to make sure that if anybody was trapped or if anybody was injured in there, we'd be able to get in there and try and offer them some first aid and try and get them out, get them to safety.
By that time, our air sea rescue divers had just met up with us.
I looked out the front window of the helicopter, and that's when I saw a lot of ferry boats in the area. And then I saw the tail of the plane sticking out of the water.
So the moment that I first saw the crash site is when we were actually, the helicopter was circling in a descent formation, and that's when I could see there was an actual airliner in the water.
At that point, we were really expecting some sort of mass casualty incident. A plane in the water, there's got to be people trapped inside. There's a million things that go through your head. But the one thing that really stands out is to get in the water as fast as you possibly can and get in there and help somebody out.
We had to make a quick decision while we were in the aircraft for one of us to go in just surface rescue gear and one of us to stay in full scuba, because Detective Delaney, Mike, my partner, realized that there was a woman in distress, but she was on the surface.
I stood out on the skid, and from about 12, 15 feet, I jumped out of the helicopter into the water and swam directly to the victim. I said, you're just going to have to trust me, you're going to have to let go of the net. For me to get you out of the water, you're going to have to let me help you. So she let go of the net and wrapped her arms around me.
There was a lot of people out there that were components of a whole, and I think they all should be recognized.
Harbor unit, the scuba team, the aviation unit, we do a lot of training for situations where people are in the water, where people need help, and that type of training is pretty much invaluable.
There are many people in this unit that would have done the exact same thing as we did. So for us, it's not a matter of being heroes. We were just lucky enough to be there that day and to be part of this incredible job.
I don't consider myself a hero. You got to understand that we're a component, a cog, if you will.
My heroes today would be a lot of my coworkers. They do great jobs every day. A lot of people don't hear about it.
It is nice to be called a hero, but I feel that this is just our job. What we did that day is something that we trained for, that we're prepared for, and calling me a hero for doing my everyday job, I really don't think that's necessary.